All right, and we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Hi-Fi Fanatics Tuesday night live stream with me and G-Zilla Giles. And today, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I'm like, he's going fast. I can't get my hand over there.
And today we got Nick from Stereo Integrity, and Nick is awesome. We love Nick. So, what's going on, Nick? Are you at the office or are you at home?
I'm at home right now.
Okay. Because I don't know if you were when we did our podcast, because the podcast we did dropped today, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So morning is the podcast and evening is live stream.
I honestly don't know. Like every day is kind of blending now. So I'm not sure what day it is. I don't even know what year it is at this point. But
you were in that room, right?
Yeah, you were in that.
Yeah, I remember the background.
The room looks familiar.
Yeah, it's the same room. I just moved over to this side of the couch versus last time I was kind of like on that side. So this actually right here is I'm sorry, hang on. This right here, everything's opposite on the
I know you'd be doing this kind of.
Yeah, this right here is a Monsters University blanket that I use to block out the sun. It actually works incredibly well.
Yeah, I'm a vampire as well. So
yeah. So well, I mean, there's a projector in here, so I've got to keep it as dark as possible.
Can't get any light leaks or anything.
Yeah, I had one of those proper, sunlight blocking drapes here, and it was good. But over time, it of course I didn't secure it very well, so it ended up falling. But so this Monsters University one works really well.
Yeah, that's what I have here. Well, I don't have Monsters University, but I do have the sun block out fabric right here that blocks out the evil sun in the morning.
Very nice.
Oh, that is cool. That is cool.
I don't want it to fall on me. I'm like,
yeah, just tug just one time and then you're buried and everybody's like, oh no, what happened?
I mean, it's night, so nothing would happen. So we're cool.
So for anybody out there that does not know who Stereo Integrity is, they manufacture base devices of destruction, is how I would put it. I think that's a good tagline, a good mantra. If someone referred to my company as a base device of destruction, I would be so proud. I would be like, thank you. Thank you. I worked very hard to make these things,
BDD,
subatomic weapons. But yeah, man, your whole lineup of drivers is very impressive. And I know we're probably going to discuss a lot of the stuff we're discussing here that we did on the podcast, but who cares? This is live stream. This is more fun. So,
and people can't get enough about subwoofers anyway, right?
Right.
It's true. I mean, that's one of the most important aspects, not say one of the most important, because I don't want to pigeonhole anything, but, because the home theater is the sum of everything. However, if you've got a weak link, a lot of the times, unfortunately, it ends up being the subwoofer. And so when you have a proper, like you said, weapon of mass destruction at your disposal, it's one of those things where it really changes your perspective of what the producers and audio engineers really intended everything to be.
Exactly. And man, if I hadn't really met Giles, I don't think I would have been a subwoofer connoisseur that I am now. I mean, I've always loved subwoofers, but I've always been like, okay, a 10 or a 12, that's good enough.
I turned him to the dark side.
Good enough. Yeah, like Giles his Instagram should be Sith Lord of bass. Like he is the true Sith Lord of bass, and that is unfortunately
it's never enough. It's never enough.
Because you could always go bigger, and you can always.
And I will. I'm slowly working myself up that scale, and I know what my next stop is. I'm climbing that mountain.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Giles and I actually just wrapped up a build we did together. My first actual build, and
this was getting him broken in, getting him ready for the main event.
Well, the cool thing is, like, I've been getting compliments from the people who have seen the pictures, because I'm keeping it kind of under wraps until everything gets
You won't
released.
even show me a damn picture.
I haven't sent you a picture.
No. You
Hold
kicked me in suspense. I saw like the
can't-
corner of it, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." It's
Just
no
like,
love.
hold on, let me see if I can pull one up. Google Drive.
Well, don't show the first picture. Send the second one, the one that shows the motor too, or even the video.
No, we're talking about the hammer right now.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
It's not
No,
about you all the time.
yours are not going to be shown until yeah.
Nick's
I'm
like, if you're not talking about my stuff,
the ones you sent me are completely under wraps, because that's going to be like an incredible video. Not that this isn't going to be an incredible video, but
of course.
Yeah, no. Well, that's what threw me was you said under wraps. I'm like, you guys talking about the stuff I'm sending?
no, yeah, that's super
Or-
under wraps. But I mean, I don't want to release anything of that until it comes to time. All right, let me see if I can share my screen.
So while you're doing that, I've been editing the hammer build video too, and I spent 4 or 5 hours on it today, and I just tossed it all out. I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm starting over. I'm editing completely different. So for folks that have watched my recent build videos, this is not like those. Going to be a whole different kind of thing. I want to be more artsy fartsy.
It won't let me share it, but everybody gets the point.
Oh, hold on. You can't share it?
No,
We'll
it's
have to
going
fix
to
it.
some weird screen. I don't want to share, like, hold on, let me try this again. Oh, okay, yeah, it's letting me now. Hold on. Darn it.
Do it.
Computer.
While he's doing that, so Carl Caps, good morning, wherever
Morning.
you are.
Where's he at?
He obviously is not here. I
Yeah.
would say if it's morning time, he is probably somewhere on the Australian or Asian side of the world.
Asian side, yeah, or Australian, yeah.
Yep. Hi-Fi Haven, another fellow
All right.
Floridian.
If you want to, that is the front of it. It's a bad boy, and that dude. I'll be honest. That exo hide actually turned out pretty good.
Dude, after we did a little resuscitation on it, yep, not bad.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want to share anything else. Okay, cool.
All we did is exo hide.
Yeah. there might be some questionable things in my Google Drive, so I'm not sure.
He's all like, I'm too scared to put this publicly
I'm
out
too
there.
scared to like steer away from that, but yeah, that Google Drive, who knows what's in there? It's like Pandora's box in there.
Well, I know who knows what's in there. Google.
Yeah.
It's indexed for searching pleasure.
You just crack yourself up. You did, didn't you?
Me?
He did. He totally
Oh,
did.
I crack myself up all the time. I'm my own best entertainment, dude. Nobody else wants to, say something funny, so I just do it for myself, meaning that no one cares to entertain me. I have to do it myself.
So,
Mad
so
Prana.
dude, I was telling Giles that that you were sending us some shirts, and I'm like, yeah, dude. I told him you're double XL and I'm XL, and he's like, dude, you should have told him triple XL. And I'm like, dude, look, the way I look at it is if I get to the point where I need a triple or a double XL, like that, I won't do it. I'll still do XL because I won't come to terms.
That's
with
why
the
his
fact-
shirts are always too small for him all the time.
exactly why.
"Ah."
Especially, yeah, oh, dude. I yeah. Sometimes I look like I'm wearing my middle school shirt. So
When somebody sends me an XL t-shirt, it turns directly into a rag. It's just automatically. I don't look at it aspirationally and say, one day I will be skinny enough to wear that. No, it just
Yeah.
turns into, I could use this to get dust off a box when I build it.
dude,
Exactly.
should we tell the Velodyne story in like in a nice way?
In a nice way. Yeah,
nice
we should.
Ooh.
And
Okay,
just so people know. Well, no, you'll tell it.
okay,
yeah.
yeah. Just so people know, let me tell it. So Velodyne, we've been reviewing some subwoofers for them, right? And
Check out the video dropped last week. This week, do it.
dropped like 2 days ago. I'm
That's
telling
right.
you, the days
It
are
feels like
blending.
a week ago.
The days are blending. So they sent us the subwoofers, and then he sent out another package because we had to do a quick repair on something, and I don't want to get into that, but we had to fix something. So he sent us out some T-shirts. He's like, "Hey, do you want some T-shirts?" Because my brother was supposed to send me a Velodyne T-shirt, and he still hasn't. So I still don't know where it is. But
looking at you, brother of Mike.
yeah. Where's my T-shirt? But Mansoor, the new owner of Velodyne, sends us out some T-shirts, and I order 2 sizes bigger than I should have, right?
I don't remember, but
I think I ordered an. Well, I didn't know they were going to be obscure, so I ordered myself an XL, and I ordered him like triple XL, right? So, and they came, and I put on the XL, and it looked like I was wearing a training bra. Like
it was like a sports bra on him.
I couldn't get it past my chest, and I'm like, this is an XL in Europe. Like no, dude. Like they don't build. Europeans aren't built like Americans. Americans are built like 3 times as big. I'm sorry. Like that's just the way.
Well, when you hold it up and you hold it up like this, let me see, like this.
Yeah.
Like this, just like, oh, that's cute.
I think the triple XL barely fit Giles, barely, like super barely. And I had to I think I took a double X. I think he threw in a double XL in there. That fit okay, but
yeah. So the double X fit you well. It wasn't for me
the
at
triple
all.
XL fit you though. But
there was only one.
But comfortably, I think we should have had like quadruple and triple XLs, and that makes me want to cry.
Like 5X, like crazy sizes.
So hopefully, Stereo Integrity. Hopefully, Nick, your sizes are American.
They are American.
Hopefully, we get a good old Gildan, or something like that.
No. These are much better than the Gildan shirts. These are actually the company name is Next Level. And
yeah. Next Level's Tri-Blend. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's really, really good stuff. I actually found out about it. It was obviously a long time ago. I know last episode we talked about us being old, but it was about almost 10 years ago, and I was shopping at Buckle, which I still do for jeans. They're amazing, and I picked up a shirt, and I was like, "This is the most comfortable shirt I've ever had in my life." And yeah, it was expensive for a t-shirt, $20, whatever, which I think is expensive for a t-shirt. And of course, the Buckle, there's nothing on them. It's just bleh, just blank. And I was like, well, what is this? And it was Next Level. And I spent a long time trying to search for them. Like I found distributors and warehouses and all that kind of stuff. But I ended up getting with the guy who does Jake at Sundown shirts. And I said, hey, I want these shirts. Can you get them? He went, yeah, no problem. I said, well, do I have to order like 100 or 500 or what? And he was like, no, you can order one. Said,
oh, wow.
So he sent me the link, and so I ended up buying 500 shirts.
Sure.
So, but because I had the confidence in the shirts because I've worn them for such a long time, but I could never find them.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we've got all of our shirts are Next Level shirts. They're phenomenal. They're super comfortable. They'll be the first ones that you grab when you go into your closet.
And Nick's like, this is all I wear now are Stereo Integrity Next Level shirts.
Well, I was
I
was actually curious about that because I have the clothing stuff, the Audio Architects clothing brand, and I go through Teespring, and they offer Next Level, but it's a little on the pricier side. So to keep costs low, I went with like a premium quality shirt, but it's not tri-blend. I think it's 100% cotton, so it's really soft, but it will probably shrink over time. I'm gonna have to check out Next Level because I sent out for some new, what do you call those, samples. So I ordered some samples just to see the quality, and I think the Next Level is in that batch of samples. So I'll see how it goes, and if it's like, dude, I know what you're saying, man. Next Level is good stuff. So
really good stuff.
I'll probably just start making all my stuff in all my shirts at least like that. What's up, Mr.
GSG's in the house.
GSG's in the house.
Oh,
What's up,
nice.
GSG?
No, and you're right. It's one of those things where I've had audio shirts in the past from a lot of different manufacturers, and when you grab them, it's one of those things you wear them because you like audio, but it doesn't really it's really coarse. It doesn't really fit very well, but it's still's got a cool audio thing on it, so you still wear it. But with these, it's like I said, I bought shirts that have nothing on them at all, because of how well they fit. So
There's
I
comfy,
decided, yeah. So if I'm going to make a shirt, I'm going to make the proper shirt. So that's what all of ours are. So you guys are getting 2 shirts, one per size of what you asked for,
cool.
and proper US sizes.
Man,
Good.
we will sport them proudly.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll definitely
Absolutely.
wear it while I'm. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to wear it while I'm doing.
Don't destroy it. Yeah.
Okay, so I wore one of my good shirts that it's on my thing, and the So Loud It Hurts shirt. And dude, I should have worn like rags because I got glue all over the shirt and it was ruined. I had to order another one. I'm like, dude, this sucks. So case in point, anybody out there that's going to be doing a DIY project, this glue, if you get it on yourself or on your clothes, ruined. There's no getting it out. There's no mitigating all that. It's now your official work shirt. So yeah, now I'm going to use it I'm going to use that shirt for building now that I've ruined it.
Man, just a couple of shout outs here. A lot of my favorite people are on here. Of course, all of our fans, but some of the industry folks, as I call them, Mr. Bass Therapy, another influencer, a new young whippersnapper that makes me feel old. What's up, Daniel? And
Cool.
We got Kevin S. Everybody knows Kevin.
Nick, can I get your shirt guy's contact info sometime? I'm sure Nick will shoot that over.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we got Des Fretz from Stark Sound fame. What's up, Des? What's going on? Des in the house. He says to ask you about that Quake-UCOS testing a 24-inch subwoofer. Apparently, Des knows what's up with stereo integrity.
We had an earthquake here. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, made national news and everything else. And I was like,
how big was it?
It was a 5 or 5.1, 5.2.
Well, now we're going to have to start gauging the sound that comes out of your drivers in the earthquake scale.
Not in decibels, but Richters.
Not in decibels, in Richters. Yeah. So now.
Yeah. So I didn't think about it until like when it happened. I was like, well, was that the time that I fired up the IB-24 or not? It's like, no.
Well, I'm sure your neighbors think there's aftershocks every day.
Yeah, my neighbors absolutely hate me. Yeah.
Oh my God. So my boys, they're like, Dad, can we watch a movie today? And I was like, yeah, just watch a movie. So they went down and they decided to watch Greyhound. And it's got naval battle scenes, and they're in the basement and I'm on the second floor, and then just stuff starts rattling on the walls. It's like, like, oh shit, what are you doing? I run down there and they're like, Daddy, both the 21s are on. I'm like, yes, they are, boys. I'm like, you gotta be careful with that.
Just imagine if the 318s and the both 21s were on all at the same time. Then we would have had a problem.
Dude, as soon as I can figure out that amplifier situation, which is something I want to talk about, I'll get that fixed. And speaking of amplifiers, I've been looking at the clone amps, right? Because I'm trying to find something that's reasonably priced, that puts out a decent amount of power and isn't crappy, right? And I want to reduce space too, because there's only so much space in the cabinet. So I've been looking at the FP10000Q, which seems like a reasonable amp, 4-channel that doesn't put out a ton of power, but it's solid. And then maybe the 14Ks that you could bridge down if you need a ton of power. So Nick, from your point of view, like if somebody was going to run like 418s and that are kind of like Ultimax kind of things, right? It would do you think that would be fine on a 10,000Q, and then maybe take a 14,000 and bridge it down for like a Big Daddy, like one of your Big Daddies? Is that reasonable enough power or not?
I think, honestly, off the cuff, I think that's too much power.
Ooh, I like that answer.
Well, I never thought Nick would do that.
Well, I mean, honestly, for like your first option, and I want to reiterate what I said before. It's the Ultimax-ish style drivers, even our home theater 18s. I mean, they'll handle what they're rated for. Our home theater 18s will handle unofficially more than what they're rated for.
Sure.
But, officially 600 watts. That's it. But having said all that, no, you need to stick to rated power. And honestly, the clones or the actual thing, the actual lab groupings, do proper power. So if they say they'll do 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 watts, whatever, if you can feed them enough signal, they will do it. So you have to be very, very careful. You're not messing with little kids' toys anymore. These are the proper big bad boy stuff.
See, that's what I want to graduate to. Proper big boy stuff.
Yeah.
So some people had likened the power out of a FQ10000 or FP10000Q to the same power out of a channel from a Behringer NX6000. Does that sound right to you?
No.
Because it seems like it would be more out of that 10,000 because it's doing 2,500 by 4 into 2 ohms, I think it is. And then, of course, a little bit less into 4 ohms, which is the load that I'll be running. But yeah, I've been thinking about how I put my big boy pants on and move up into some of the, bigger pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But the 14,000 though, if that's bridged down to one channel, does it really do 14,000 watts?
If you can feed it enough voltage on the input side, yes, it will.
Wow. I don't think I can feed it enough voltage on the input side.
When you're talking about a 220 service,
yeah,
at that point.
Yeah, that's crazy business. I think I don't need to mess around with it. I might electrocute myself with it or something.
Unless you got bolts of lightning laying around. I mean,
no, that's probably too much. So like your 24 range, the IB and the others, what kind of power are those guys sucking down? 5,000 watts, 2,000 watts? What would you recommend at that kind of size?
On average, and like I said, our biggest seller is our HS24.
Yeah.
So it's rated at 2,000 watts RMS, and that's what we like to see on them. And so, again, it's what we like to see on them. I can neither confirm nor deny that I send a lot more power than that to an equivalent all the time. And so do my customers. But officially, what the warranty is rated for, rated power. So, when you get down to brass tacks, when you're looking at power versus output and everything else, going from just using round numbers here. Say you're doing 100 dB with whatever woofer system you have, and say you're using say you're doing 1,000 watts to get 100 dB.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to get 100 and what was it? So every 3 dB is twice the power.
Yeah, you double every 3 dB. So 103 would be 2,000.
So 2,000. So to get 106, 109, 120, 135. So it just compounds. So the amount of power that you have to work with, really matters. And again, for us home guys, everything works together. You can't have a 5,000 watt amplifier, but then only be able to feed it 1,000 watts of input power, because it just doesn't match up. So you have to be able to feed the amplifier enough voltage and current to allow the amplifier to do its magic and actually produce the power that it should be able to produce.
Right on. I think maybe I'll just start out with a 10,000 Q and a 10K and see what happens and just play with it. Because honestly, the room produces way more bass than I need already. I don't know. Look at me wimping out.
Nick, I would hate to see the electric bill at the shop. I bet that thing is out of control. Well, depending on what your
thing is, well, out of control is actually due to people leaving the lights on overnight. It has very little to do with the amplifiers that we run.
Right on. Oh man.
So Hi-Fi Haven, if you want to solve that particular issue, I'm sure that you could contact Nick and he would be able to help you, get away from your 10-inch situation into 12s, 15s, 18s, 24s, whatever.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just laughing at the Nick can help you get away with your 10-inch situation. I was like,
Yeah, because nowadays 10 inches is just too small.
It's just, yeah. I mean, the only
I don't
reason
know.
that Mike comes to visit me is because he wants to come down and see the 21-inch situation I have in the basement.
oh, you're talking about speakers now. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys. I was
so
thinking about something else.
Speakers? What?
I'll tell you what,
Oh.
man. Once I get this 15-inch situation built, the whole thing about it's not the size that matters, it's the motion in the driver.
It's the
Yeah,
motion of the stroke.
I think I'm going to put your 21-inch to sleep with that 15. To sleep.
I don't know.
We'll have a base off for sure.
We'll see. We'll
Whoever
see.
whoever breaks the first window wins.
My room doesn't have windows because it's a.
We'll find a room with windows.
We'll have to have like a glass something that we can put in there to see what happens.
Well,
Oh, dude.
I think it would be cool. Now, there's good and bad about everything. So, the good about Giles is he's got surface area. The good about the situation that Mike is going to be in too is you've got a lot of displacement capability from a 15, but it's really, really hard to battle with raw surface area and displacement. So when you got both those combined, now I guess Giles, now we're talking about this. So what 21 do you have?
Well, it depends. Well, I've got two. So I've got a 21-inch Eminence touring driver, the Neo Magnet version, and that's in a Devastator cab. So it's bandpass horn, whatever you want to call it. And then the other one is a slot ported Lavoce, kind of lower end 21-inch. I forget the model number on it, but it's the lower end Lavoce 21.
Okay, yeah, Mike. Whatever I said about him, you having a problem with him, yeah, just forget that. You're cool.
I figured so much. I've heard his system. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he browns his pants every time he comes into my system.
Oh,
I don't know, dude.
I'm
I'm very happy to put that Devastator up against any 15 that you bring to the table and see what happens.
The Devastators are awesome, though. Devastators are awesome. So I'm really, they're huge. They're as big as a refrigerator, but
Literally,
they're the one, not the Lavoce, the Eminence. I like that one better. The Lavoce just sounded more like a.
dude, it's
like
not my favorite thing either.
Yeah,
It's not my favorite thing
it wasn't bad. It was just a lot of mid bass for a driver that size. So I mean, that I pictured more like a concert venue or like a nightclub. Probably that will probably do really well in those types of environments. But for home theater, I think the Eminence was probably just sounds better. It just sounded better to me.
I wonder how that Velodyne 18 will stack up.
Dude, that thing's ridiculous, bro. That thing is nasty. Not only does it have like a 1,000,000-watt amp in it, but you heard the 12. The 12 is ridiculous. So, and we heard a little bit of the 18, but dude, for some reason, Velodyne decided to put these monster amps inside their subs, and it drives them hard, and they're all sealed enclosures. So
it's doing what 3,000 watts, something like that.
Like that. It was something crazy. Yeah,
I have to
something more than I expected, but yeah, the Velodynes sound good. Velodyne's Velodyne, though. It's always been. It's always when I was growing up, that was a subwoofer to get. Nick, you remember Velodyne?
Remember them? Of course I do.
He's like, I don't know those people.
I'm teasing you.
No, but they yeah. So I guess what it sounds like, Giles and Mike, that I guess unfortunately, Giles, for you, that Mike's going to end up with a 15 and a 24.
Say that again.
You heard me.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I said when it comes down to it, I said unfortunately, Giles, that Mike's going to end up with a 15 and a 24 for me.
Oh, yeah. See, that's unfortunate because I will completely have to disown him at that point.
Oh man! Man!
Yeah, just
he is
completely
so
have to disown him.
He is so
I will have nothing to do with him at that point.
Oh my god! I will.
So when the 24 shows up at Mike's house, it's going to be in a sealed cabinet, and it's going to be on a pallet because that's how we have to send them. And then Mike can hire 2 or 3 people to bring the cabinet over to your house, Giles, and you guys can have a base off. But I highly recommend you do a broad bandwidth base off, like from 5 hertz to whatever.
Oh my god, I'm having
It'll have to be from 5 hertz.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
It'll have to be from 5 hertz.
I'll just stand outside Giles's house and point it at his house and blow it down.
Dude,
Yeah, well,
how are you gonna?
I'm having too much fun with this. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah.
Nick,
that's actually one of the interesting things that, and I think we should definitely hit on it. From hearing what Giles has, from the bandwidth with it sounds like what Giles has with the either horns or fourth order or whatever he's got. It focuses the bandwidth and increases the output. So he's going to have the output there within the bandwidth in which he's working with. But overall bandwidth from 5 hertz, 8 hertz, 10 hertz, all the way up, that's where it's a sealed system excels. But
Absolutely. You're totally. I agree 100%.
where it doesn't excel compared to especially a horn setup is overall output. And that's the thing that with horns, it's super hard to keep up with a horn with a sealed box because acoustically it just doesn't have the energy.
Gotcha.
So you'll be
so
fighting in one area, but you'll be excelling in other areas.
So the thing that I want to do in my room, which is kind of the plan, and I keep changing my plan, is I've got a bunch of boxes strewn all over the place, which doesn't really lend itself well to the aesthetic of the room and the experience. I just don't like the way it looks. So what I want to do is behind the screen try and build out 4 smaller subs of some kind that can fit back there. And I've only got 10 inches of depth, so it can't be anything. Yeah, I know it's not a lot of depth, right? So it's just I've got drywall and concrete, right? And there's about 10 inches. So I got to figure out something I can stuff back there just to bring some bass up front. I suppose I could put something under the screen on the floor, but I really don't want more stuff on the floor. And then behind the sofa, I can put something big back there. And that, I was thinking about putting some large sealed type of subwoofer back there that can really dig super deep and give you that full range of sound. And then, have the stuff in the front to help with nulls and that kind of thing and smooth the bass response out. I don't know. So there's a lot of thought that still needs to go into it, but I do want to experiment with that. Of course, I'll keep all the ported stuff I have too, and there's a whole room just.
I'm telling you, man,
now for subwoofer storage.
Dude, Giles has enough subwoofers to start a nightclub. I swear to God. Even at nightclubs, I used to work nightclubs a lot. They only usually had 1 or 2, big, pro subs, and those hit pretty hard. But can you imagine all your setup in a club be done? Everybody would be rocking out.
It'd be good. It'd be all right.
Be all right. It'd be more than all right.
Dude, it's never good enough though. I don't know. I think I'm broken. I have some kind of disease. I can't stop tinkering with stuff and building new ones and playing around and seeing what's good and what's bad. I don't know.
Well, here's your thing.
My disease.
If they made a 40-inch sub, I'm sure they do. I'm sure Skendo Audio or whatever they're called.
They make a 50.
I'm sure they're already working on one. But dude, you should just go for that.
I've thought about it, but I think the largest that I would ever go would be 24. I don't see myself ever. I mean, it just becomes too. I think we talked about this before, Nick, and you're like, it becomes the door problem. You can't get it through the door. You had to turn it sideways, and it's just, it becomes too crazy.
Maybe I'll let you borrow mine that Nick sends me one day.
Yeah. I'll just come into your house, cut your throat, and take it while you're dead.
I'll have a turret gun waiting for you outside.
I'll just cut the power to your house, and then you can just look at it and be sad that it doesn't function.
Oh yeah.
You're right though. No, that's one of the things that we talked about before with the 24-inch platform. With maybe larger than a 24-inch platform, like a 32, excuse me, and whatever else, things get compounded very, very quickly. When I say things, I mean important field small parameters like VAS and QTS and stuff like that. So with a 32-inch platform, a lot of the ones that are out there, if you look very carefully, they only list specific field small parameters that really aren't field small parameters. They list like the OD, the cutout, the magnet weight, and power handling. It's like, well, that doesn't say anything about
it's worthless.
Speaker.
Yeah.
It just says it's the cutout's this big and it weighs 150 pounds, and that's all it says. So if you dig deep enough, long enough on Google, you can actually find specs. And so for like a 32 to reach a 707 alignment, we're talking about 35 or 40 cubic feet. So that's a bread truck.
It's humongous.
It's humongous. You have to have a bread truck permanently attached to your house for the enclosure and everything else, just to even try to reach a 707 alignment. Whereas like our 24 needs, I think it's like 7.5 to reach a 707 alignment. And that gets me to the other thing too, is with our 24 compared to multiple 18s, because we kind of hit on this a little bit in the last episode. But when it comes down to it, it's like, okay, R24 is equal to literally about 3.5 of our big bad boy 18s. Right?
Yeah.
That's it's our HST 18, not our HT 18, our HSTs, the $900 18s. So our 124 is equal to 3 or more of our 18s. And you guys asked about it. You guys mentioned it again today, so I'm going to reference it. I don't want to, but I'm going to. The Dayton, the Ultimax is 3 dB behind our HST 18. So we're talking about 124 is equal to 3, a little bit more than 3 of our 18s, or 6 Dayton 18s.
Jeez.
See, now you make me want it even more. Damn you.
So
why do you have to cast these magical spells upon me?
So when you put that into perspective, it's like you can have one woofer, you wire it up one time, or what did I say? 6 18s everywhere all over the room. I mean, yeah, you've eliminated nulls in the room for sure, because you're surrounded by 18s. But it's like, well, which one would you rather want? A one woofer solution, or you building 8 cabinets and wiring 8 woofers and multiple lamps and everything else? So, do what you want to do.
It gets really expensive.
I think so. You're basically saying the 24 is like the fix all, and that's all you need, right?
Well, I recommend multiple 24s, but
Jesus.
I mean, we're talking about eliminating room nodes and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
again,
I got to use something small for that.
Yeah, no, it is. Oh, even our HST platform, it's just such a versatile woofer solution, whether it's a 12 or 15, 18 or 24. So it, in my opinion, it depends on the size of the room on which woofer you use.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my room's small, so that means use the biggest subwoofer you can. I think that's the answer.
2 24s. Yep.
Hi-Fi Haven said, "Tell Nick that I am drooling after checking his website out." Most people do.
I know. I still do. I could put 124 behind the sofa and then 124 where the Devastator is now. Mike knows what I'm talking about.
I wouldn't. I would just put 124 behind the sofa, 2 18s next to that, and 2 18s in the front. Call it a day.
Yep.
Nick says, "Peace out."
Yeah.
How about a 24 and 2 18s behind the sofa, and then something smaller? What is that? His eyes just went like, "What the what?"
This or those two 15s in the front.
No, I'm sorry, you just lost me with the whole 24 and 2 18s behind the sofa.
So Mike said do a 24 and 2 18s behind the sofa, and then 2 18s in the front of the room.
No,
You wouldn't do that?
I would do it 124 behind the sofa. You have Giles. Seriously, you're getting into it's like going, okay, so I've got this 9,000 horsepower missile. I'm gonna take down a quarter mile. But I'm thinking about adding a train behind it with another 2,000 horsepower. So we're just gonna blitz past everything. It's like,
Dude,
no.
I don't think that would be enjoyable at that point.
Yeah,
It would
dude,
be
I
one
don't
big
even.
race. Like
I
you're
don't
like,
even know if
okay,
I'd be able to handle the 24 behind the seat. It would be too tactile almost.
dude, it'd be like
That's
I
the
can't even
point.
hear the vocals anymore. Like, I don't
Well,
know
yeah,
what's going on. The movie,
No,
the,
but that
the screen shaking.
yeah, no, that is the point. Like the key word you said was tactile. That is the key point about
Word.
our upper end subwoofer solutions, which is super broad bandwidth, super tactile feel. And that's one of the things like what we talked about earlier in the I call it a podcast. I know I'm not doing it justice, but the episode, with John Wick, that's one of the things that that is so impressive to people who sit here in this room and listen to this. They're like, holy crap. I mean, they're literally feeling the gunshots.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, that's what it should be. You should feel everything. And
I like it.
yeah, it's
Nick, I got a
it's just immersive.
I think I got a good question for you, Nick. So we've been talking about subwoofers, obviously for good reason. But I want to know.
We've been talking about subwoofers.
I want to know what would be, or what is, or what would be your speakers of choice to run with that 24. Like, what would be your ideal setup in a home theater? Maybe your home theater. I'm not sure what you're running, but what would you imagine, like brand or configuration?
It'd be mine.
His speakers, all stereo integrity all the time, all
Yeah.
the way around.
Remember, I told
He
you guys
doesn't
last
just
time.
make subwoofers.
Yeah,
I guess he can make whatever he wants.
I make tweeters. I make mid ranges. Oh, and by the way, for the record, Mike, when you looked through the web page with the 3.5, the frequency response graph was there. You just didn't click on it.
Where?
See,
Yeah,
Hold on.
go to
Mike,
it.
I'm like, dude, I'm
Look
gonna
to
say it. Whenever I get testy with Mike, I'm gonna say it just like that. Mike,
Yeah, I'll call you out, Mike.
Wait.
Go down. You share the screen. Go ahead. Share the screen. I got time.
Oh my god, I'm getting
Oh,
called
wait.
out.
and you're gonna send this guy a 15?
Dude,
Yeah,
stop
sure,
hating.
why not?
Stop hating, Giles.
Come on. He can't even click on your stuff to show how good it is. He's trying to get you to sell other people's speakers.
No, he's not.
Jeez.
Anyway,
Jeez.
with
Are you gonna share the screen, Giles, or am I gonna have to?
Okay,
Oh,
so
I
okay,
got
go
it.
down. Go to the 3.5. Click on it. There it is.
Hold on, I can't.
That's right there.
The stupid camera's in front of me. This one?
It's the carbon fiber one. Yeah.
Read more about it.
Scroll down. Now beside the no, scroll up. Stop. The pictures right below it with the back.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, almost scroll up right down. Right there.
Look for the REW chart. Click on the REW chart.
Nope, over one.
That
There
one.
you go. There it is.
Nice.
Hold on. Look, I got magic. Bam.
Now that's straight up on axis. Now slightly off axis, that little peak at 12 kilohertz goes away.
Uh, Huh.
That 12 kilohertz peak just ruins it for me, though. Just letting you know.
That's a sexy measurement.
I'm very sensitive at 12 kilohertz. It kind of
Or
hurts
you're-
my ears a little bit.
You're
Dude,
one of the very few males that are as old as we are that is sensitive up there.
I don't know. My wife says I'm way too sensitive about everything and I get my feelings hurt all the time. So,
Well, again, unless you're listening to everything extremely dead nuts on axis, then, I mean, if you were listening to it on axis that precisely, then that's not the speaker for you.
where does it roll off again? He took it down. Sorry. Where did
Past
was
that
it-
spike, 20K.
Yeah. Oh, damn. That's sweet, man.
Hey, but no, that 12 kilohertz, man, it's a deal breaker. You
It
cannot
is.
have it.
It is. I don't, just because of that, everything else just
Stereo
whatever.
integrity sucks.
Actually, you
Hate
know what?
that.
I don't even need subwoofers anymore. I just need like 200 of those.
Right.
That'd get me enough displacement to get down to 20 hertz, right?
Yeah, I mean, run enough of them in a transmission line.
Walk into my room and my whole screen wall, even behind the screen, because it's AT, it's just all that speaker, and
Yeah.
like a centimeter between each one.
Yeah, of course. Hey, you get all kinds of cool stuff. You get coupling. You get all kinds of really neat stuff going on.
It would be horrifically nightmarish, is what it would be.
It would be a comb. It would be a comb filtering nightmare, though.
Yes, it
Yeah.
totally would. Oh yeah. So what's your use case for that driver?
My use case for this driver and all of my component speakers is actually mobile audio. So the tweeter, the 3.5, and then the 6.5 is primarily mobile audio, but of course it can be used in home audio as well. I run right now. I run a company called Solus, and the company owner used to own a company called Clements, like the Clements RG7s. Remember the whole compression line loading? You guys
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
Am I outdating both you guys right now? I
That
think I am.
that never hit my radar.
Anyway, with compression line loading is basically an inverse. What is it? It's a type of horn. I can't think of it right now, but anyway, it's a type of inverse horn where instead of from the loudspeaker out, it goes actually the other way.
Okay.
So it compresses the signal, and of course, there's a bit of a little oops when it compresses it. But the engineer originally, he designed this little bass trap, is what he called it, to catch the harmonic distortion, and of course, out the port was just actual bass. And so for a ribbon in an 8, the frequency response was plus or minus, I think it was 3 dB from 35,000 all the way down to 27.
Holy shit.
So I don't know how I got started on that note, but yeah.
and here we are. No, I was asking what the use case for that speaker was, and you were saying, oh, it's mobile, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So anyway, so the owner, he started another company called Solus, and that's what speakers I run in my theater. So I run 2 of their, it's an 8.5-inch tweeter, and then 2 6.5-inch coaxes in the back, and then my dual opposed 11 up front.
Right on.
I almost want to say we talked about this on the podcast.
We talked about that dual opposed 11 a little bit.
So,
Yeah.
Nick, question: when's the last time you've been obviously pre-COVID? When's the last time you've been to a good like either car audio or car show out there where you're at?
It would have to be pre-COVID.
Do you remember a show called Hot Import Nights
Yeah.
back in the day? Talking like 01, 02.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that was the show. I was in California, and they had it at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. You know Del Mar Fairgrounds, right, Giles?
Mhm.
Yeah, they had it at Del Mar Fairgrounds, and it was just like Fast and Furious, just everywhere. But so some of my favorite events that they had there were car audio competitions and bass competitions and stuff. And dude, I'll be honest, people come up with the craziest setups for car audio, man. Crazy stuff. Do you have any crazy story you could share about car audio? Like something like, I know you've probably seen it all, but something that sticks out in your mind that you're like, holy crap, like that's crazy.
Dude, I saw somebody on his Instagram that cut the bottom out of his freaking trunk to put a 24-inch, and you see the magnet sticking out under the car. I know.
That's me.
You did that?
It's crazy.
It's my car.
That's your car?
crazy. It's psycho.
my
It's
car.
awesome. Yes. So how do you do that thing on the bottom? What do you do with it? I mean, do you fiberglass it or something down there?
What do you mean with the thing on the bottom? It's infinite baffle. It's open.
Oh, it stays open?
Yeah, but of course we're putting some protective films underneath, so no water or debris or anything will get up into it. I think the term for the mesh is hydrophobic mesh.
Sure.
And yeah, so we're doing all kinds of cool stuff to protect the woofer. And
Can you still drive the car like that?
Of course you can. It's just putting a speaker in the back of it.
Yeah, but you like cut a hole to the ground.
Yeah, but I was cutting a hole anyway.
What kind of car? Just out of curiosity, what kind of car is it?
It's an Audi A4 Avant. It's a wagon.
Holy crap! You would
I
never.
saw it. I was like, that is dedication.
Dude, you ain't.
Yeah.
You're not messing around, bro.
No,
He's
well,
not messing around.
well, the whole thing started off with I took it to my installer. I said, "Hey, let's cut out, in the spare tire." Well, obviously, like it's like this, right? The spare
Mhm.
tire goes over it.
Sure.
And so I
Yep.
said, "Hey, let's go ahead and lob this thing off," and so we get this nice big tub.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Put a plate back in there, and we'll put a 15 in there." And so to remove that piece that the spare tire sits over, he's like, "Hey, once I lobbed it off, there's this big hole." I said, "Well, how big is the hole?" He was like, "I don't know, about 15 inches." I said, "Okay. So how big's the hole at the top?" And he went, 27. I said, "So you're telling me we can fit a 24?" So, and that's how it started. And it's been 4 or 5 months worth of labor intensive steel, welding, fabrication, you name it. I mean, my car is torn apart. The exhaust is off the car. I mean, everything is torn apart. The headliner's
Right.
out. A pillars are out. B pillars are out. Everything's out of it.
What have you done,
He's
The
creating
coolest thing ever.
a
bro?
concoction.
I literally want to see the windows
Oh,
flex.
okay, you know what? Here, I'm gonna show this. You guys continue
You can
on
find it,
while
right?
I go look this up. Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see this
Okay,
thing. I
guys,
haven't
you
seen-
keep going. I know you guys haven't seen it. I'm actually gonna get up and show you my dual opposed.
Oh, dude, yeah, that'd be awesome. I that's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, you stretch my legs anyway. So I know I'm gonna get real quiet here, but all right, let me see if I can get this. Yes.
Oh, it's a nice situation.
All right. So that's it.
Looking
Um,
good, man.
Got one over here,
hmm
and one over here. You guys can't see this, but hang on just 1 minute.
Are we on a laptop?
You are.
We are. Oh yeah, I can see what's going on.
And then the other side.
Nice.
Dude, look at the surrounds
Yeah.
on those things. Oh, it's killer.
Yeah, I'll send you a postcard.
Yeah.
F you. What? I didn't say anything, did I? F you. I'm starting to feel a little stomach ache here.
I bet you are. Maybe
Can't
some
take
cold
this-
sweats.
I can't take this pressure. Oh.
man.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, see, check it out. The stereo integrity right there. So is this inside the
Jetta.
car?
No, this is a lot of different stuff.
Okay.
So
I
let's
gotta go
scroll
down. I think.
down to the white Audi, and yeah, actually there's the bottom. There's the back end of it, but keep scrolling down.
And for the people that are watching, if you haven't yet, go check out Stereo Integrity on Instagram and follow them.
There it is.
What have you done?
Yeah, so that's the motor sticking out of the bottom of the spare tire well.
I saw that and I was like,
That's
is that right?
insane.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, everyone on social media was all about, you're gonna pick up all kinds of road debris and quarters and
Oh, 'cause it's a
metal on the road. And I'm like, it's
Okay, that's-
so anyway. Yeah,
cool.
that's it.
Yes, I mean, as long as you protect it with something, you don't bottom out or anything, you should be fine.
Right, and see the ruler right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ruler or the piece of wood, that's even with the mufflers, so it's not lower than the mufflers. But everyone's freaking out. Oh, you're gonna suck your car to the pavement, and you're never gonna leave a stoplight. I'm like, No.
How heavy?
No,
How heavy
that's
is that 24?
ridiculous. That's the IB one, so it's only 40 pounds.
Oh, okay.
But everyone's, oh my goodness, you're putting a 24, and it's that close to the ground. It's gonna cause a gravitational pull. It's like, no,
The car,
it's fine.
he hits a low note. The car just goes.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but-
we were talking about taking one of those 18s that I have and just taking the whole box and putting it in the back of my Jeep Cherokee.
That'd be hilarious, dude.
Just putting it in there.
Could you imagine like living next to Nick, man, and he comes home blaring his music? It's just like this. They start having earthquakes in North Carolina.
You know what? You know what we could do is once I figure out a bigger situation for behind the sofa, we can take that 21-inch enclosure with that La Voce and just put it. I think it will
Set it
fit
on
in the
fire.
back of my car. I think it'll fit. I might have to lay it down and like move the speak on connector or something to the other side, but totally. I just put that 21-inch in there. It might not be the best sound on subwoofer ever, but I bet it would be pretty thunderous inside of a car.
You know what the interesting thing is? That horns don't work in cars.
Yeah, this is just slot ported, so that there's
Oh,
this
okay,
is-
that's fine.
yeah, just normal straight port. Well, it's like you're inside the band pass enclosure when you're inside the car, right? When you
I
open
don't.
the window,
I don't think.
you've got a ported box firing into another ported box.
I don't think that would fit in your car.
It might not, dude. I'm pretty sure the 18 would, but the 21 might not go.
No.
It would fit in my wife's car though, and
Yeah,
that's
one-
a good reason.
I
to
mean,
swap.
once you start building these massive things, the only way to move them is truck or U-Haul. Jesus,
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
man.
That's true. Yeah, I gotta get down to the final solution one of these days where I don't change it anymore.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's crazy. But
Dude,
I don't know now.
Dallas changes subwoofers like I change underwear, man, once a day.
Dude, I want to cut the bottom of my car out now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's really cool. You should do it.
So I could pick up some of your stuff and I could get like 6.5-inch tweeters or something to put in the doors of my car. So my car is kind of janky. So it's got like 3.5s in the front dash, 2 of those.
Okay.
And I think it's got like some kind of 5.25 or 6.5-inch coaxial or something like that in the door. It might just be a straight driver. I don't know. And then like 2 more 3.5s. This is a SUV in the far back, like
Mhm.
side panels. I don't know what they're called in a car, back behind the second seat in the hatch area. And then a crappy 8-inch built-in sub of some kind of crappiness.
I would have taken that out and burned it and set it on fire too.
Well, I put a JL12 in there just for
Yeah, that's
something.
what I'm saying. You have your JL. The JL hits pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I also have crappy people that did the work on it, so I don't know.
I think
I
it's
gotta-
wild. I think it's wild that JL is actually pretty popular in the home theater scene. I was when I first learned about that, I'm like, don't they just make car audio? But no, they do. Their home theater stuff is super expensive, and people just drool over that stuff. But I don't know. I'm getting to like this DIY business better because you get to make it how you want it. Like depending on your space, depending on your desire, depending on your overall, objective of what kind of base you want in your space. Dude, DIY is kind of the way to go. Now I kind of understand why a lot of people, why it's becoming so popular, because I mean, most consumer subwoofers, between $1,000 to $2,000 can't even, or less, can't compete with these DIY subs, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that hammer I just built could probably put down most things I've listened to in the same category, in the same size. And once I built that 15, there's probably no coming back from that.
Dude, if you think about the cost, so if you do the HS24 with amplification, just the driver and the amp, what's that going to run around $2,000 or something?
Yeah, probably, or 2,500. I mean, well, then after
somewhere around there. I mean, you got to build a box and everything, but that's economical.
you got to think that's still less than a 12-inch Velodyne.
It is less than
I didn't
12
say it.
children.
I didn't say it.
Yeah,
But you're right.
I think that price points on those were pre pre-audio reference. So hopefully, once
Well, they're refreshing, and they're going to have new versions of everything.
Yeah.
The prices will be better.
I don't
Um,
think that whoever was pricing those was, I don't know.
All I know is that Kevin is out there. He's listening. There's a market for seal boxes for 24-inch drivers.
Yeah,
Kevin.
but I mean, you guys are are hitting the nail on the head. You know, when it comes to DIY, and DIY is tricky. When I say tricky, I mean
It's tricky.
is he gonna hit the T-Rex thing pretty soon? Is he good?
You don't know that we sing and rap on this show too.
No, we don't
I
do that.
didn't.
I don't know. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming in the air at night.
So
As it gets closer to the end of the episode, the songs
Yeah.
start coming out.
Nick's
So
all see
what-
you Thursday, Mike.
when I say tricky, I mean really daunting.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, for DIY, it is very, very daunting. It's like, what do I use? How do I use it? You know, what amp do I get? What box do I get? What sub do I get? But if you know, if you're guided in the right direction, you can be steered in an area to where you can spend, as you guys both pointed out, massively less and get gargantuanly more.
hmm
But that's the rub.
Yeah.
Is you can also get led astray. You can also sit there and listen to some forum chatters and lemmings and herd mentality of you need 18 eights everywhere in your room and blah 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 blah. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. But it's the best thing I've ever experienced in my life. It's like, well, yeah, down to 50 hertz. But
So
below that,
Nick,
it sucks.
This was my idea. So, and I talked with Kevin a little bit about it, and I think what we need is
There's a 24. Yes.
It feels like I need a 24. I'm not sure exactly why, but
I think Nick gets the point.
no. What we need as a Mike's about to pass out. Look how red Mike is. I don't think I've ever seen him that red.
Oh
before.
my god!
What we need is that unity from a community point of view is exactly what you just said.
Can't
A
breathe.
set of validated designs and configurations, right? Of different subwoofers, right? Now, of course, what you need for every room will be different, but I think it would be cool just to have a place to go, and folks you can say, okay, I want to get an 18-inch sub of some kind, right? So at this spot, here's good, better, best. Good is this enclosure with this driver with this amplifier. Better, this enclosure, this subwoofer, this amp, and then best, right? And then folks can look at it, and they'll all be great solutions. Of course, the best, so to speak, will be more expensive. It'll be better, but they could say, okay, if I want to build this thing, and this is for the novice, right? So this isn't for like some dude that's got like table saws and upside down jigsaws and drill press hammer fighters or whatever. But somebody with some clamps and glue, something like that, they can go and say, here are the things that I need. And if I want to buy something that's going to be awesome, this is it.
Yeah, having that as a solution would be good. But the thing is, with DIY, it's infinite. And I understand you're trying to
that's next. You're talking about the next level
for the novice and everything, but really, man, there's so many options you can do and configurations. And like I said, it's all dependent on your space and on your needs and on your wants.
Nick
So-
only
and
sells so many different
and that's
subwoofers,
cool.
so the choices are limited.
I'm sorry.
Said Nick only sells so many different subwoofers, so choices are limited.
Well, I mean, he sells. He can do whatever he wants, like. But
Consumers can only buy what he sells.
yeah, man. I mean,
No.
it's
No.
one of those things where if you have like Nick's talent and Nick's ability and resources, dude, I wish I could live one day in Nick's life just to see what I would come up with, in the laboratory. But
He wants to be you, Nick.
I want an internship at Nick's shop.
He'll work you for free.
I'll work for free. I'll work
He'll work you for free
Well, come on down. Come on.
to
will do it.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
No Kakalaki.
North.
Right.
Dude, have you gone on that? It's like a trail that goes through the Appalachians, the Appalachian Trail, because it runs through North Carolina. Doesn't it?
I like Nick is like, what the F is he talking
The
about?
Appalachian Trail, yeah. There's the Blue Ridge Parkway, Appalachian Trail. You know,
Have you ever been on it?
Yeah, we sent everyone on it to get murdered and killed and eaten. Yeah.
Is that how things go down up there?
No,
Dude,
but everyone thinks it.
Well, because I was watching this documentary about it, and I know it runs through North Carolina, so I was just wondering.
Dude, this is Nick. This is Nick. He's listening. Mike starts talking. He just goes. He's like, I can't hide my expression. He's all
Dude,
So,
Nick appreciates the Appalachian Trail.
I do.
you sure do look good in them jeans, boy.
Yeah. So I mean, stereotypes exist for a reason, but
It's that kind
You're gonna build
See, I've
something
never been to your part of the planet. So I don't know.
but parts of the planet, it doesn't sound like a disease. I never been y'all's parts, but when I do, I need you to escort me down them avenues and stuff.
Okay, Mike used to live in Missouri or something.
Oh,
Missouri.
I've lived all over, man.
Oh,
But I haven't lived in North Carolina. I think it's calling my name, dude. Dawson's Creek was filmed in North Carolina.
Oh, why'd you bring that up?
Raleigh,
Dawson's Creek.
in
Yeah.
Raleigh.
I know.
It looks
How
nice.
do
It
you
looks like
know
a
about Dawson's Creek so much? Is it like your jam?
Well, dude, I'm 20. I'm 37. Yeah, that's what was cool when I was 13.
I remember Dawson's Creek, and I thought it was for teeny boppers.
Dawson's Creek is Dawson's Creek. It's
Katie
it was
Holmes,
filmed
dude.
here. That's cool.
Katie Holmes.
Katie, you're right.
yeah.
Katie Holmes.
That's all I gotta
Cool.
say.
It's all good.
Good.
Dude, that girl does
It's all
not
good.
age, bro. That girl does not
No.
age.
She looks exactly the same.
Exactly.
I don't know how. She looks
You know
exactly the
why?
same.
She's got 24-inch subwoofers.
Tom Cruise. Oh, yeah. Really.
No, I saw her in a movie not too long ago, and she's
You saw her?
yeah, she was in some movie that was recent.
No, I thought you meant you. She was there.
She was in the movie. If that's what
I
you
know.
mean.
I'm asking like I saw her in person.
Oh no, I've never seen her in person.
Okay.
Never seen her. No, I saw her in a movie recently.
Nick's on a good one.
It's like, people are just, what is wrong with them? He's like, I don't know what I got myself into. Yeah, well, okay.
Him, I don't know what we got ourselves into.
Enough about Katie Holmes. But going back to
Did
the
you ask her out?
Cruise thing.
He hit her up, dude.
Yeah. Did you get her numbers? Get her digits? Hey, what's up, girl?
What's
Get
up?
out of here.
You want them? I'll give them to you, man. I'll send them. All I gotta say is Nicole Kidman.
Oh,
Ugh.
she's gorgeous.
She
She
is.
was.
Dude,
I'm
Eyes Wide
always-
Shut. That's still
Anyway,
That's
so
still the-
Katie Holmes.
he's all like
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
Yeah, tell the story.
I don't have a story. No, I
What's
just
your
saw her.
story?
I saw her in the movie, and she's the same size as she was way back when. I mean, she looks a little bit older, but it's like she hasn't changed at all.
That's what,
Oh.
dude. Scientology will do that to you.
Scientology. Nice.
Shit,
Nice.
I need some Scientology. There's somebody out there right now calling up their lawyer. Okay, Scientology lawyer. They
Liar?
stop and desist.
It's a liar.
Lawyer?
Liar?
Yeah,
Lawyer.
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 I don't. What's a lawyer?
Lawyer.
Lawyer. I'm
All
from
right, dude. We're at an hour and 9 minutes. I'm
Lawyer.
time to wrap it.
a lawyer.
You guys, honestly, Giles, you can't say lawyer. That's like saying psychiatry is a psychiatry. It's not the same thing.
I'm from Alabama, so don't talk about the way we talk.
That's what explains. That explains
We're
most.
going to go watch a movie in the theater.
Yeah, theater.
Theater.
Mhm.
The A, because theaters with an A in it. or better.
Well, it has an A in it. Yeah. Just not
Theater.
with the emphasis on the A.
Emphasis on the theater.
Yeah, put the wrong emphasis on the wrong
Wrong
syllable.
syllable. Yeah, whatever you say it.
Yeah.
Oh God. Good times. Good
All right,
times.
guys, I'm gonna wrap it.
All right, guys.
Why?
Is there
Why-
anybody that has any
Ooh,
questions?
yeah, let's go through real quick.
Any
I hope not.
Audio
audio?
changes all the time. You're never done. Psh, we knew it was awesome. Psh, we knew we were incredible.
Don't forget
We
for
were
anybody,
awesome.
We know we're awesome.
for anybody tuning in right now, check out Home Theater Fanatics. Check out Stereo Integrity on Instagram and on the webs. Check out Audio Architects on YouTube and Instagram. And tune in this coming Thursday. I'll be talking with Home Theater Gurus. I will be talking to him on my live stream at 9:00. So
About a 12-inch situation.
yeah. Andrew Steele. Hi, Nick. No questions. Well, that was easy.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Here's
So,
This guy
here's a
Well-
knows.
question way back.
Does this guy know you or something, Nick? I'm going to take care of this guy for you or what?
no. Don't take care of him. Andrew Steele actually works for Keith Yates.
Who's that?
Remember the Hahn Theater?
Yeah.
Theater of the Millennium?
Mhm.
Yeah. So he works for him. So please don't.
Don't
You
take
know.
care of him. Actually,
Don't take
care of him.
Andrew,
All right,
if
Andrew.
you ever want to come to Colorado, there's a home theater that could probably use some expertise because it's been
Yeah.
designed by someone who does podcasts. I don't know if that's the right person to do it or not.
Yeah. So Andrew is an incredibly talented engineer, but
Awesome.
yeah, if he says no questions asked or no questions whatsoever, it's cool. Just
That's because he
whatever.
probably doesn't need to ask them.
Whatever Andrew
yeah,
says,
yes.
whatever.
Right. He
He's
has no
like,
questions because he knows everything.
he's like, hey, I wonder about this. Well, wait, answered my own question.
Yeah, he's like,
Like,
he's
don't
like,
mess
I already
with
know
you.
that. Already know that. Already
Cool.
know that. Already know that.
Don't mess
Well,
with
Andrew,
us.
if you haven't yet, definitely follow us on our socials and on YouTube. And
We love the socials,
keep engineering, bro.
the YouTubes.
Keep the engineering alive. Right on. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Nick, for coming on. It's been it's Nick at night.
I have to dance the episodes out.
Oh my god,
Oh my goodness.
this is too much. Right on.
Anyway. All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and we will see you later.
Later.
Peace. See you guys.
See you guys.